Even the most hardened cat person can appreciate a good dog. They're called man's best friend for a reason. No one can resist the love and affection of a loyal canine. But, while every pup is special, one breed has a unique past that's darker than most people want to acknowledge. An Australian dog breeder recently shared some serious regrets about his work. While he set out to help solve a problem, he did something much worse. He created a Frankenstein's Monster, which kicked off a terrible chain of events that's still continuing today. In the 1980s, Wally Conron worked as a breeding manager for the Royal Guide Dogs Association of Australia. While his job allowed him to help people in need, it wasn't always easy. One day, the association received a particularly challenging request in the form of a letter from Hawaii. A blind woman needed a guide dog, but she had one specific problem. No one had been able to help. The woman needed a guide dog to help her function, but there was one problem. Her husband was allergic to Labrador retrievers, which complicated their life at home in one crucial way. Labrador retrievers are the preferred breed for guide dog, but the woman's husband couldn't deal with their dander. Conron started racking his brain for any possible solution to suggest. Eventually, one came to mind. Poodles do not shed, so Conron tried to find one that could act as a guide dog. It wasn't easy. After auditioning 30 canines, none of them had the appropriate disposition. Time was running out. Conron wanted a pup with a lab's disposition in a poodle's hypoallergenic coat. No such dog existed, however. In a moment of desperation, the breeder decided to try to make his own. After a while, Brandy the lab and Harley the poodle paired off. 9 weeks later, 3 puppies were born. Conron had done it. The woman would get her guide dog after all. One of the puppies was sent to Hawaii, but the other 2 remained in Australia. Try as he might, Conron couldn't find anyone to adopt the dogs. One day, however, he had an idea. He called the dogs Labradoodles and reached out to the media. Before long, call after call started pouring in. Thanks to the rebranding effort, everyone wanted to adopt this new hybrid breed. It was a gimmick, Conron recalled in a conversation with ABC News. They were a crossbreed, nobody wanted them, but everybody wanted a Labradoodle. Same dog, different name. But it wasn't a happy ending. Conron realized he had created an unsustainable demand for the breed. While Labradoodles were meant to solve one specific problem, now everyone wanted one as a status symbol. Drastic action was needed. I realized what I had done within a matter of days, Conron remembered. I went to our big boss at the time and I said to him, "Look, I've created a monster. We need to do something." Unfortunately, dog breeds cannot be trademarked. Before long, breeders around the world selling their own Labradoodles and other hybrid pets. I opened a Pandora's box and released a monster, Conron said. While some hybrid dogs come from reputable breeders, that isn't always the case. Unfortunately, there are plenty of unscrupulous folks who are trying to capitalize on people's desire for a designer pup. Many designer dogs come from puppy mills, where animals are kept in poor conditions for the sole purpose of breeding. The canines are seen as means to a profit, rather than beloved pets. We've seen puppy mills cash in big time on these designer breeds, John Goodwin, a senior director at the Humane Society of the United States, explained. A lot of these breeding dogs are kept in miserable, inhumane conditions. Even if they're born in a humane environment, however, Labradoodles can still have health problems. When you mix 2 different dog breeds, not everything works out in a seamless fashion. While plenty of Labradoodles are healthy, some struggle with hip and elbow dysplasia. In those cases, the dog's joints don't fit smoothly together. Complications can range from arthritis to permanent lameness. At the end of the day, that's Conron's biggest concern. While his first love might have been horses, he's a canine lover at heart. He just wants to ensure that people aren't breeding dogs that are bound for long-term health issues. But even he can see the breed's appeal. I find that the biggest majority of Labradoodles are either crazy or have a hereditary problem, he explained. But I do see some damn nice Labradoodles. Labradoodles aren't the only breed of dog that has some issues, however. In fact, there are quite a few different pups that you might want to reconsider adding to your family. 1. Boxers. Though boxers generally only take issue with large dogs of the same sex, boredom can also turn them aggressive. Lack of exercise may result in chewing, digging, and other disruptive behavior. 2. Dogo Argentinos. Although commonly found as police and rescue dogs, dogos were originally bred as big game hunters. Combined with their strong opposition to strangers, an untrained dogo is about as dangerous a dog as they come. 3. Akita Ines. While its smiling face would suggest a gentle temperament, Akitas are socially dominant dogs that do not get along with other pooches of the same sex. Without a confident handler, this breed can become highly aggressive and shirk obedience altogether. 4. Dobermans. Though decades of breeding have made most Dobermans more gentle in temperament, the breed as a whole was originally bred as a fiercely loyal guard dog. While attacks on owners are rare, untrained Dobermans pose a serious threat both strangers and other dogs. 5. Malamutes. Known for their skill at pulling sleds and other freight, Malamutes are closer to their wolf ancestors than most other domesticated dogs. As such, they have a high prey drive, meaning they're likely to chase and even attack smaller animals. 6. Great Danes. Despite its reputation as a gentle giant, Great Danes can be dangerous if not properly trained. With some weighing up to 200 pounds and standing nearly 3 feet tall, you certainly wouldn't want to see a Great Dane charging at you full force. 7. Bull Terriers. A powerful pooch in a small package, Bull Terriers can be incredibly stubborn and independent. If not socialized early on, they can become disobedient and aggressive toward strangers. 8. Japanese Tosas. The sumo wrestler of the dogfighting world, Tosas are favored in legal Japanese dog fights for their size, power, and aggression. As such, the Tosa is actually banned in countries like Australia, Iceland, and Norway. 9. Huskies. Like Malamutes, Huskies were also bred to pull sleds and are therefore highly energetic. Their prey drives are also high, meaning it's best to keep an untrained or unsocialized husky away from small animals and children, and maybe Christmas scarves. 10. German Shepherds. While used in highly social situations like disability aid, search and rescue, and even acting, German Shepherds can become aggressive and territorial if not trained correctly. A powerful breed, German Shepherds possess a bite strength nearly 3 times that of a human. 11. Dalmatians. Believe it or not, about 30% of all Dalmatians are born either partially or completely deaf. Unsurprisingly, training these Dalmatians is incredibly difficult and can lead to aggressive, unmanageable behavior. 12. Saint Bernards. Given this breed's enormous size, training a Saint Bernard as a puppy is crucial to preventing it from becoming a large and unruly adult. It's probably best to keep them away from rabid bats, too. 13. Rhodesian Ridgebacks. Bred as hunting dogs capable of fending off lions, Ridgebacks are also particularly sensitive. If mistreated or trained too harshly, these dogs can become aggressive and lash out. 14. Rottweilers. Originally bred to herd livestock for butchers, Rottweilers have gained a reputation as vicious guard and attack dogs. Their territorial instincts result in aggressive behavior toward strangers, especially when mistreated or not properly trained. 15. Fila Brasileiros. Also known as Brazilian Mastiffs, Fila Brasileiros are bred to be aggressive and are faithful to their masters to a fault. If left alone with a Fila, a stranger may stand to suffer serious injury. 16. Basenjis. Considered one of the least trainable dogs in the world, Basenjis have high prey drives and generally dislike all non-canine animals. Given the opportunity, Basenjis will chase cats and other small animals, even scaling fences to do so. 17. Caucasian Shepherd Dogs. A highly protective breed, Caucasian Shepherd Dogs need broad socialization in order to properly get along with other animals. If threatened or perceiving a threat to its master, this breed will not hesitate to make noise or attack. 18. Pit Bulls. Sorry pit lovers, but these dogs were bred for violence since medieval times. Though there are plenty out there that are big, softies, a pit bull in the wrong hands can become a powerful and deadly weapon. 19. Cane Corsos. While Corsos typically pose no threat to their owners, strangers should be mindful to keep their distance from this traditional guard dog. Corsos rarely let anyone other than their masters handle them, making veterinary care a potentially dangerous undertaking. 20. Bull Mastiffs. Originally used by 19th century gamekeepers to guard estates, Bull Mastiffs are instinctively protective of their household. Highly independent, this breed can become aggressive if not trained consistently.